Welcome back, guys, to Trails through Daybreak 2. We're here on Nemeth Island. We have completed all of our activities for the morning. Apart from catching a quicksilver carp in a big catch. Maybe we'll get lucky straight away. That does not look like one.
Got myself a whopper.
Did get a big catch, though, however. I guess it's more quartz than anything, but yeah, we've done all our activities. We've been parasailing multiple times, seen all our connect events, done this and that.
That's it.
We might come back and forth this quicksilver carp for bits to bit, because I'm annoyed that I haven't got it, but it doesn't really seem to be easy for me to narrow down to catch. Ah! I was like, oh my god, did I do it in 2 catches during the intro? That would have been beautiful. But with that said and done, I think we should continue on our day. Maybe the fish at night are different. Maybe the stuff going on is different. You never know. And we could get really lucky.
Ha! Got myself a whopper.
How am I getting A ranks of everything but the fish I want? Stop that. To be honest, though, we could just fish there for like days and get cast 2s. Endless amounts of cast 2s. So we might dip back and forth, but I think we are done. Everything has been talked to. We've done everything on the island. We have talked to everyone. Quest complete. Call it a day, supposedly. Band's group returned to the villa and shared what they learned with the others while on break. So in other words, we've yet to find any leads, so far or not. Yeah, we've just been having fun. We have no clue why we're here, really, properly. Yeah, we went over this place with a fine-tooth comb. That all said, something about this place stinks. I just haven't sniffed out the source of the stench yet. It's definitely odd that our elusive owner invited us all here, only to never show his face. Well, it's not like we're in any rush to meet him. I can't imagine he invited us here just to give us a relaxing vacation. No, I'd imagine it's to pit us all against each other in some kind of stupid game, just like Horacio. He probably got like, oh, I really enjoyed that crap. Doubtful. He's definitely hatching a plot, and nothing good ever comes from that. There's just too many characters here not to do something like that. Then that's all the more reason to stay on the alert. I just want to let loose and shoot the ship, man. Is that too much to ask? It'd be a good idea to think about how we want to spend our time from tomorrow on. Nope. Oh, another airline is coming in. I believe that's the last flight scheduled for today. Considering we're in off-season right now, I doubt there are many passengers on board. I hope there's passengers on board, because fuel economy. Hold the phone. Is that who I think it is? That's one of Marduk's airships. Even more people are coming here? No way! Wait a minute, look who's on the deck of that boat. Oh, you have eyes like telescopes, do we?
Thanks for the help, Kurogane. Everything work out okay?
Yes. I've already made contact with our main unit. Also, I have a message from the matron.
What a dull-ass hunk of rock. Why in hell's name would he hole up here?
Perhaps this is merely a misdirection on his part.
Qasim!
I mean, add a couple of Jaegers and we're literally the same lot now.
Even those Dominions tagged along. Didn't think we'd be running into each other again so soon.
So you came, as I anticipated.
I assume you were drawn here because of that intel.
I'm only here because of the risk management AI's assessment. The general manager requested I fly to this island post-haste. I believe the others are here to assess the threat as well.
Sure as hell didn't expect to find you guys here.
The same goes for the vice captain. Who would have thought we'd be sitting shoulder to shoulder on the heels of that dreadful little squabble?
I have no quarrel with you at present. There's a time and a place for grudges.
That's our line, bucko.
Oh, so these are the people they were telling us about. Sounds like everyone has their own reasons for being here.
They're probably after the fragments or the island's owner. I'm surprised some of them would even dare to show their faces here, though.
Oh, shit! Damn Spriggan and his brats are here! The hell's going on?
The chaos in Longport tapered off much sooner than I predicted. I suppose we have the Liu family to thank for that.
So, you bastard!
Stay your tongue, boy. Neither words nor action can change what's past. Save your breath, and spare us your misplaced ire.
Calm down. Don't let him get to you.
It looks like the prominent players have arrived.
Gathering us all here was likely part of the owner's plan.
Only Adios knows why, though. Unless those two know something we don't.
Hell no. There ain't a man in all of Zemuria who knows what goes on in that crazy bastard's head.
However, he did say you would likely be here. At least now we can finally settle matters between us.
We'll just see how things play out. Either way, this will make for quite the interesting little vacation.
Afterwards, the courtesy car drivers took the newest arrivals back to the villa, and I wondered why everyone would gather on this island, hosted by a known poisoner. However, there were now more guests than there were rooms. Oh! After talking things over with the manager, Katara agreed to room with Esmeralda, and Judith shared a room with Nina. Phew, that sure was a hassle, but I think we finally got it all sorted out. Still can't believe we had that many people show up all at once. Just what the hell is that nutjob up to? Guess mulling over it now won't really solve anything. If he's gonna make a move, he'll do it tomorrow. We can work out what our next play is in the morning. Something definitely smells off though. Maybe I should take another look around the island before hitting the sack. Oh, okay, we're going scouting again. Of course, we're gonna speak to all the newly arrived people in this destination. May as well report these.
That's how it goes.
Oh, that will take me up to the next rank, right? Gain 6 SP by progressing the Merchant Garden 2.
Rank up.
C++. A coding solution.
I'll be taking that.
A macho belt. Strength plus 12, defense plus 6, CP plus 15 every turn. Do I want to give the most macho of belts to then? Don't tell me you've already got like a CP up 30% or CP up 15 every turn. Yeah, we're just going to make you have all of the stuff there. So you can go wild. Absolutely wild. Do feel free to make use of the complimentary toiletries provided in each room when taking a bath. I used to work at a luxury hotel and even I was surprised at how pricey all of the products are. No doubt you'll be satisfied with the selection as well. I mean, sure. Must have a lot of money. To be honest, everyone in Ouroboros must have a lot of money. They could just steal it if they wanted. They don't really care.
Huh. New activities. They didn't have these earlier in the day.
Yeah, I didn't even notice we had activities, but okay, now I do. And connect events too.
What's next?
Alright, we've got 2 points for 3 things. We've got Ferry's training. Judith and Nina together. And these two, Silis and Leon Balthazar. Who to hang with? There's the situation that we have the same kind of thing. Oh, that will max them. We max them, but we have gifts to give them. That would be a waste. But if we don't max them now, can we max them later? Equally, we've got the other guys. See, with the other people, it was doing 1 rank and they still have a little bit more to go, which kind of like fits into what may be a gift amount. But this is a bit different. And of course, these are quite far away. Nina will be probably close to ranking up, maybe. On her 2nd rank, with 3 stars. And we wouldn't even get Ferry and Aaron up to their next rank, most likely. Huh. What is the new activity? You said there's a new activity, but I don't know where you're pointing at. Good evening. Have you had a chance to try the cocktail making workshop at our restaurant? Many of our guests like to enjoy their creations while soaking in the jacuzzi tubs that are provided in each guest room. We also offer massages and other in-room services. Do let us know if you'd like to request one. I'll have a massage. There sure are a lot of colourful characters here, huh? and a fair number of them seem to belong to society's shadows at that. I think we can count on them to exercise a basic level of decency for now. What truly concerns me is that we have yet to see the owner of this resort. If you're that hung up about it, why not cut your vacation short and get off the island? I definitely considered it, but that would mean leaving Katola here, plus I'd feel left out heading home this early. We'll just have to see what tomorrow brings. And maybe for the best. I'll be lending my fullest cooperation toward keeping everyone safe, so please rest easy and enjoy your time off. I'll just leave the worrying to you then. I knew we should have brought a larger security retinue. Of course, as far as their highness's welfare is concerned, the safest option would have been to avoid this trip entirely, yes. Never mind, there's no sense wasting time on hindsight. The guild has been trying to gather more information about Amata's legacy. Honestly, I wish that we had a little bit more to go on. Don't stress, our team's pretty used to rolling with the punches at this point. And we are as well. That said, it's always best to be prepared for the unexpected. Their Dominion knowledge are probably doing them. Yeah. Does this sound bad to say? But I kind of consider them to be the least interesting Dominions thus far. That might insult someone, I don't know. Running into Katra and ex-CEO Townsend are only a few of the ways this vacation has been going off course. It's a bit more exciting for her, though. You take things in so much stride that it's almost comforting. I mean, with Gaius, it was... Honestly, I agree. It's not wrong, so I somewhat agree. At least with Gaius, Mr. Wind, that was used to, like, kind of spice up his stuff. Versus these two coming along at once, being kind of antagonistic, blowing hot and cold, which I guess is their kind of theme.
Alrighty.
The others are a bit more interesting. Thomas Lysander, the Partitioner and his powers. Burgard himself and, like, the whole story behind it to what he is now. Having, like, character development completely off camera for us in terms of the story. Kevin's ace! Kevin's got bite. That's why I like Kevin so much. Kevin straight up killed a bad guy. Go Kevin! I mean, technically Van did too, but like that didn't stick exactly, did it, the first time? I've been wondering for some time now, but what exactly is the story behind your attire? No need for alarm. This is merely a special effects costume. Costume? Yeah, Kevin did it with full intent. Kevin was always intending to kill him that way, in a way that there was no coming back from and no fighting back from. I see. Forgive my wariness. Special effects, you say? It was an assassination. How very intriguing. The design incorporates elements from Eastern folklore, but with a modern twist throughout. Moreover, the detailed weathering on the surface evokes the wear and tear of a genuine historical warrior. Impressively done. You have my compliments. To receive praise from the renowned director Lem is an honor. No way that's all there is to it. I sympathize with your confusion, Director. After all, this island has had a sudden influx of new guests, including those of a, shall we say, seedier persuasion. If that's the angle you're taking, then it's equally strange to see a man and a woman at the cloth on a beach vacation. Even Edith's servants require time to set down their burdens. Do feel free to reach out to me should the need ever arise, Director Lem. I once had the privilege of seeing Director Gotti at work, but I'm also curious about your process as well. No way that's all there is to that either. Thank you for the offer. We'll be in touch if the situation calls for it. On that note, I've been meeting one fascinating individual after another today. For example, if you'll allow me to let my imagination take flight. Before me sit free men burdened, the oldest by a tremendous duty, the younger by their weighty past. Being surrounded by so many dramatic inspirations really gets my creative juices flowing. It's scary how on the mark he is. World-famous directors must have an eye for this sort of thing. Director Lamb mentioned that you accompanied him and his crew on a location hunting excursion. I must admit, I'm exceedingly jealous that you were able to share your good fortune. Yeesh, if only missing out on schmoozing ups would be the worst of our island getaway woes. Schmoozing ups. Opportunities. Never realized you were such a social butterfly. It would prove problematic were the princess to be scouted by the director. This is merely a preventative measure on my part. I see. Can't fault you on that one. I need to make sure she cannot change job. I've seen a few of Director Lamb's films. I didn't really know what kind of person he'd be, but he's a surprisingly sensible person. At least that was my first impression anyway. Turns out he definitely has his idiosyncrasies. Welcome to the world of creatives. Yep. This afternoon's location scouting was a massive success thanks in no small part to your assistance. At this rate, we should be able to keep shooting from tomorrow onward. Right, we'll try to keep ourselves, well, try to keep yourselves safe out there, yeah? We'll keep ourselves safe out there, hopefully. Yeah, so, and granted, it's because these two haven't actually had time to have any proper character development. But I guess I'm really quite in for the secretive Dominion trope. Like, it's been done so many times at this point in time that I kind of like it. The guy in the background doing it. And to be honest, there's someone in the background doing stuff that's more interesting than these two, that fits the trope down to a T, that we're waiting for the bullet to be fired. Oh, hi, Nina. So what are you all up to? Oh, Van. Hello. Hey, I figured you guys would like to take back a few mementos from your trip, so I've been shooting some photos. I'm developing all the film in my room. She was actually just showing us all the pictures she's taken so far. Oh, get anything good? Well, she did manage to get a shot of Fairy stuffing her face, and a few of her smiling as well. Oh, and she was able to capture one of the most beautiful rainbows I've ever seen. She even caught a few pictures of some of the island's rare birds. All of your pictures are so nice, Marielle. Do you think you'd be willing to make copies for me? Guess you've been hard at work, huh? Sounds like you're getting pretty crafty with that camera too. Well, it's all part of the job, you know. I'm sure you heard the old adage, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I can't just be good at writing articles. I gotta make sure I get some good shots in. Well, all the pictures you've taken here have been incredible. Yes, I agree. I'm sure you'd be as skilled as professional photographers in no time. You guys are too nice. Oh yeah, it probably also doesn't help for the two Dominions that the churchy kind of storyline is overshadowed by what's going on with the Vice Captain and Iscariot. So that's the new intrigue within the church now, isn't it? We've moved a little bit away from the Dominion side of things. Speaking of photography, have you all seen any movies recently? I remember you saying you really liked my debut film, Agnes. That makes me smile whenever I think about it. Actually, would you like to know a few things that happened behind the scenes? Yes, of course. Oh man, if your fans knew that the Nina Fenley was sharing all her exclusive stories with us, they'd positively drop dead from envy. All my recording devices are somewhere else at the moment, so everything you say is 100% off the record. Haha, her secret one in her hat. Damn, kind of interested myself, but I think they're having girl time right now. Probably best if I leave them to it. Not gonna. I've had so many wonderful conversation partners today, Agnes and Marielle included. It's a shame the weather forced us to change course on Nemeth Island on such short notice. But we did get a great shoot out of it. Not to mention a chance to encounter with all of you. Maybe this detour worked out for the best. I kind of want to leave Nina in a dangerous situation just to go like, no, I'm not helping Nina. If you want this secret to stay, you're just going to have to die. I know you can handle yourself. This is the situation. Oh, she's dead. And yes, cry out. Reverse time. Oh, speaking of photos, I've taken several of you in them, Van. I'll pass them out to you and the rest of your crew once they're developed. I had so much fun talking with Nina and Marielle that I almost forgot why we were even here. I have to remember this isn't an idle vacation. We have to figure out why that invitation was sent and why all these people have been gathered here. Hopefully we can uncover all that in our investigation tomorrow. We got a quest? Of course we got a quest. Why wouldn't we have a quest? So where's the supposed activity? Oh yeah, we got new activities to do. Where? They're not marked. Unless they're in near this quest, but I don't want to walk too near this quest right now. No, it's upstairs. We're offering a cocktail making workshop here as a nighttime activity. This is your chance to create your own original drink. Why not invite somebody to join you? Oh, okay, so you got that. The owner of this villa, and indeed Nemeth Island, appears to be a rather magnanimous individual. He stocked our shelves with high-quality beers, wines, and spirits imported from all across the continent without regard for price. In any case, the skies are especially beautiful tonight. Please do relax and enjoy the view. Speaking of which, I believe my son is stargazing outside at this very moment. He's bonding with one of the guests, from what I can tell. It warms a father's heart to see. Oh? You do have the marker over you. Can we go driving still? No. This looks fun. You guys doing some stargazing? Oh, hey, Van. I heard the villa had a telescope somewhere in storage, so I asked if I could borrow it for a few hours. The air is crisp and clear, and light pollution is practically non-existent out here compared to Edith or Basil. It all helps to make the stars that much brighter. Even I was amazed. I've never seen such a beautiful night sky before. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourselves. I'm sure it must be pretty breathtaking through the telescope. Mr. Robot here has been teaching us all about constellations too. Yeah, this grey floaty thing is so cool. I've never seen anything like it. Leave all astronomical observations to Theo. Maybe Theo's the real star here. They really have taught me a lot though. Hey Katra, do you have any other lessons for us? Katra? You had a 1,000-arch stare for a bit there. Sorry, I think the day is just finally catching up to me. Oh, I get what you mean. All that exploring we did can really burn you out. Yes, but back to constellations. I'm happy to answer whatever questions you have. You know, they're actually a rather big fascination of mine. I don't think I could ever get tired of talking about them. What's up with you? Van's doing the her to make sure that we get it. You should do some stargazing your own while you're here, Van. This part of the sky is only visible due to how far south the island is, so it really is worth it. Take it from someone with a penchant for astronomy. So something's up with Katra. The stars are more visible here than in Basil. One day, Thea would like Professor Hamilton to be able to see this wonderful sight. This has been a lovely evening so far. Still, I do worry that we're spending a bit too much time fooling around. I just hope that Harwood doesn't try anything. At least not tonight. So do I. I used to look up at the stars a lot during our campouts back when I was with the Kruger. But this might be the most beautiful night sky I've seen so far. I don't think I'll ever forget it. Wow, I've never seen this many stars in the sky before. You come to this island a lot, right, York? Does that mean you know a lot about constellations too? Yeah, sure. Ask me whatever you want. Oh, crud, why'd I go and say that? This guy and his robot are the ones with the answers, not me. Got yourself in a bit of spot of bother there. Should we, engage in this? Is this another activity too? No, it's not, because it's not. You're my fishing supplies, right. I will create a cocktail. Who do I invite? Our underage members can get their drinks non-alcoholic, so anybody's fair game. Do we do one person? Oh, I should probably check the board a little bit here. Looks like Fairy's actually kind of close to ranking up if I was to do Fairy's thing as well plus this. This workshop requires that participants create an original cocktail using ingredients they've gathered themselves. We have all of the basic components here, but you'll need to provide an extra layer to both the flavor and presentation. Nemeth is flush with vegetation, so harvest any two you like and bring them back here. Wow, mixing cocktails at a bar at night. That's about as grown up as it gets. Just don't forget, underage guests can only make mocktails. Oh, you know what Aaron told me? Getting blackout drunk makes you more of an adult. A deadbeat one, maybe. Anyway, what you'll be having won't even get you tipsy. Find cocktail ingredients. God, we actually have to go running out to get them?
Not this way.
We can't even take the car? I'm so slow. Obtained mint leaves.
Target acquired.
Yeah. Why do I have to run there? Oh, maybe I can use the go-to section. I don't know. The enemies are out here. Why is this danger scavenging? Bit of cinnamon.
So that's where it was.
What? After the way you drove last session, I think it's okay. What? I was getting better. Why would they make you run? Why would they make you go gather ingredients on the island when it's in a monster-infested area? I mean, at least we got turbo, I guess. Even though if I can't press the right button most of the time. With the help of the chef back at the bar, the pair managed to complete their original cocktails.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
It tastes just as good as it looks.
Bit too excited there, Fairy. So you used orange curacao. Oh, how do you say that? Curacao. As a base, huh? Yep, then I added mint and cinnamon. I call it the exoticao. I don't know what It's very exotic, yes. Exotic is right. This flavor is pretty unique, especially for a mocktail. I don't really know what a grown-up would like, but I try to picture myself as one and channel that into the drink. Oh yeah, in that case, you've got a bright future ahead of you. You better stick around and watch me get there then. And so Van and his companion indulged in a short spell of evening refinement, sipping their cocktails all the while. Swift 20 points, is it? So we'll have to do that by the look of it 6 more times. What drinks will be made? Random thought, but we've got the makings of a real dream team here. The 3 of us together. I'm not sure I see how. The Golden Butterfly can use her screw-the-rules skill to cut through space and warp us into buildings. Then Grimcat can use her styling thief techniques to snatch the objective. That way we can burglarize any place we want, no matter how tight their security is. And where do you fit into this? I'll be the one in charge of holding our plunder up high on the rooftop and cackling hysterically. At least pick something that helps with the heist. Wait, why am I even playing along with this loosey-goosey trio? But I thought loosey-goosey was Grimcat's whole deal. Since when? Personally, I find the idea quite amusing. Such a thing could stoke Blue Blanc's competitive spirit enough to spur him into sending a writ of challenge. Blue Blanc? Wait, you mean Phantom Thief B? Oh, now we're talking. This isn't something to be excited about. No, I think it is. I sat in on these two in case sparks started flying, but the vibe turned out to be way more mellow than I expected. They're actually on a pretty similar wavelength, weirdly enough. You're exactly as amusing as the professor made you out to be. Why, we're practically co-workers, once or twice removed. You just had to go there, didn't you? Excuse me if I don't like the idea of palling around with the right hand of the garden's deadbeat dad. My, such biting words. They certainly have some history between them, but it looks like they might be able to get along. Maybe. I'm trying to dig up some intel on the enemy. What, from the Golden Butterfly? Yep, I used every non-violent interrogation technique in the book, but turns out she's a tough nut to crack. She should just stop wasting my time and tell us what hole that old man's hiding in already. Yeah, I doubt she'll let the cat out of the bag that easily. Also, you do know she's like 5 regions away from you, right? Oh, I know she can hear me. I'm trying the passive-aggressive route now. Yeah, good luck with that. If there's one word I could say for Nadia, it's shamelessness. Her strategies, etc. And you should probably get away quite a lot using that. Perfect timing, Van. Why don't you join us for a glass or two? Indeed, you'd be a more than welcome addition. No. It's an honor to be invited and all, your highness. But I ain't exactly on drinking buddy terms with the whole table here. Oh, now, you needn't be so circumspect over a bit of idle conversation. Speaking of which, it would seem that Alzheimer's Enterprises have been making efforts to expand into the Republic. This will likely lead to competition with Valis-based companies over the same market share. Perhaps you'd be willing to accept our help in this matter. I believe we could be of much use to you. Borrowing the aid of the Kowloon Group is about the most reliable choice we can make. I'll have to keep a close eye on what the newly formed Lee family is capable of from here on. Meticulous as always, your highness. Incidentally, the Marduk Company's performance this past year was quite a sight to behold. Using AI for crisis management is something our principality seeks to emulate, to say nothing of the high mobility security force you lead. You flatter us. In truth, we are merely adhering to Marduk's system. If you have an interest in our company's affairs, I can arrange for a meeting with our general manager. Still on guard, are we? But yes, I do feel that a formal discussion would be worth having. No offense, Prince Shurid, but you couldn't pay me enough to join the mutual interrogation behind these poker faces. It would appear Zeta has been expanding her social circle ever since we arrived. That girl has a promising future ahead. I almost shudder to think of it. Our host is devising something very bold indeed, gathering such disparate personages to Nemeth Island. In the end, will the Lee family prove a blessing or a curse for Hayway? Only time will tell. I do love that it's only like about 2 years removed, isn't it, from like big things happening. With AI doing bad things. Like on a few occasions. And yet we're just like, yeah, we'll use it for like deciding everything. Like, come on, guys. Were recent events not a warning enough? Seeing who exactly is gathered on Nemeth only confirms that Marduk made the right call sending us here. You do well to tread carefully, Van. The perils of AI. Oh, hey, did you guys eat dinner already? All the food was pretty good, but I thought the seafood entrees were the best. Yeah, totally. Their flavors were out of this world. You think we could get them to cook all the fish we caught, too? Sounds like you guys hit the jackpot today. We sure did. Akino and Carl's coolers are practically full to bursting. You don't catch and release them. The fish just weren't biting for me, though. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Yeah, but you still hooked a pretty big one at the end. I don't even think I've ever seen that species before. Even Carl got a little jealous. That's the reason he's still out there. Anyway, there's no way I'll let you two get one over on me. Just you wait. I'll catch myself a real monster one of these days. I probably feel the same in his shoes. Well, it wasn't easy, that's for sure. Carl's gonna have a long night ahead of him if he wants to outdo me. Here, take these, just in case you want to do some night fishing yourself. Ooh, dumplings. Thanks, you guys are always giving us freebies. Kinda makes me feel bad. Oh, it's no big deal. We've got to take care of our anglers and arms after all. Night fishing always makes me think of the song by REM, Night Swimming, which I think, if I remember correctly, was one of the songs preceding my marriage. So always like every time I go, I get night swimming in my head every time. Carl may look cool and collected, but he's actually crazy competitive. He's been fishing way longer than we have, so I'm sure he'll try and show off his angling chops. I get around on a beautiful island, fishing my heart out with friends, eating delicious food. And I get to cap the day off with a fluffy bed to sleep in. Vacations are the best. I don't know the lyrics to that song or anything, though. That's it was my wife's choice, that one. Normal people. It feels as though it's been ages since we last shared drinks for a meal, just the two of us. Do you think they feel odd? There's all these really buff, muscly types here, like all in their bikinis, and there's just got these two normal people here, they're normal civvies. A few times you went away on business, we would be eating together with Amio as a family. But this reminds me of the day you proposed to me during dinner. I certainly don't mind reliving it every once in a while. I was a lot younger then, thinking up ways to surprise you came easier in those days. But enough of that, let's raise a toast. We wouldn't want all this lovely food to get cold. Cheers to you too. Of course not, darling. My tea's getting cold. By the way, what's Amio off doing again? Stargazing, was it? Yes, she's made friends with one of the children here. They should be playing on the other side of the villa. I see. This trip is shaping up to be a wonderful experience for her.